Hey guys, it's Bayflo. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. I know I haven't been posting that much and just taking organic chemistry 2 right now and all that and working. It's kind of hard to, plan out a video and have time to do it, especially when I'm studying for exams and stuff, but come January when I finish organic chemistry, I will definitely be more consistent. Hopefully I'll be posting, maybe twice a week. We'll see how that goes, but just a heads up, so only a few more months to January and I'm super excited. But yeah, I just want to thank you guys all for your support. It's been freaking amazing, especially with my Scribe video. I know a lot of people are looking to do that and be in the medical field, and I'm just thankful that I can be some type of, positive impact and direction for those looking for that certain advice. So yeah, today I'm going to be doing a video on, as you can see by the title, I'm going to be doing a Scribe video on tips and tricks, for new scribes and those struggling with the process, because I know when I first became a scribe, I was definitely in that position where I was looking for advice and all that. So as you know, I had a Scribe video before and that actually did really well. It's like almost got 10,000 views, which is really crazy, but a lot of you commented asking for the video of tips and tricks and all that stuff that you guys can kind of, use as you're moving along in the process. And some other great news for all my people that are scribes, I've recently become a trainer. I've been a scribe for over a year now, which is crazy to think about, but I've become a trainer, so when a scribe hits floor training, I am one of the ones who will help them grow into the scribe they need to be and this and that. So that's pretty exciting news, and I'm still waiting to hear back from PA schools. It's just such a long process, and I know those of you who have been through it are familiar and know exactly what I'm talking about. But anyways, as for the video, I'm going to go ahead and get into, some things that I do as a scribe and things that really help me just going through the process. So, depending on the type of day I have, where I work, it's literally hit or miss, with amount of patients that check in and stuff like that. But one thing that I always keep an eye on is the tracker board, which is where your patients are and where you can see when your provider signs up to see a patient. So it's really important to keep an eye on this, because when as soon as you see your provider sign up for a patient, you immediately want to start the chart before you even go in the room, because if you're stuck in another chart and your provider gets up to leave to this other room, you don't even have a clue where you're going or what the chief complaint is. You're already behind the 8 ball and you are in the room struggling to try and figure out the chief complaint, all while the conversation is happening where you need all of this information as far as the onset and all those key things that you need. But as you get more experienced, it does get easier to remember exactly what the onset was, the character, just all the important parts that you need. But the trick is to open the chart before you're even in there, and you can go ahead and fill out the necessary things to save you time on there that you already know about the patient. Stuff that auto-populates in as far as their history and stuff like that. So I think that would probably be one of my biggest tips, is being able to open the chart before. As far as discharging and all that, I make sure I obviously assign myself to the patients, and I don't know what EMR you use at the hospital you're at, but we use Cerner, and when you go to the checkout tab, you're allowed to change the view to check out my patients. So all the patients you've assigned, if they've been discharged, they're gonna be in this tab. So if your patient is discharged, as long as there's no critical patient that you're working on that the chart needs to be impeccable, you need to be working on the charts that are, discharged, because your provider is going to be waiting to sign the chart. Providers love to sign the charts. Most providers love to sign charts while you're working, so they don't get so behind, because they get a lot of charts each day and it can definitely build up. So you got to make sure that you get the last vital signs in for that patient and send the chart to them. So keeping an eye on who's checked out, who's discharged, and being able to get, no matter what, if you're going to see a patient and you get back and you haven't completed that chart to the best of your ability, get out of that chart and go to the discharge tab and make sure you have, make sure you get those charts to your provider as soon as possible. And one thing I love to use, just for certain things, this can get you in trouble, because I know in training they teach you not to use Notepad, which is true, you should not use Notepad. But as far as your provider giving you diagnoses and physical exams and all that, Notepad is amazing, because you can go ahead and type in the room that the provider's giving you information about, and then just type whatever they're telling you. So if they give you a diagnosis of hypertension and UTI, you can write all these things down so you don't forget. And if you're in a chart, you don't have to immediately get out. You just have it in your Notepad and you'll be able to put in those diagnoses as soon as you can. But also what's important is when you're getting the diagnoses from, your provider, you need to make sure you put those in as soon as you can, because the nurses are going to be waiting for that stuff to get in to be able to discharge the patient. So it's just really important that you do that. So really the only thing I use for Notepad is going to be what the provider is telling me as soon as we get out of the room about the physical exam, and your diagnoses and follow-up plan and all that stuff that I'm going to be putting in Notepad. But as far as like the HPI and stuff, do not use that. You're just doing double work. I remember when I was a scribe at the beginning, I didn't know how to filter what needed to be in the chart and what didn't need to be in the chart. So I was in Notepad typing everything out, every question that needed, or every question that was being asked, this and that. And then I would be taking it from my Notepad that I just typed and trying to put it into the chart. And as you get used to the chart and where things go, you absolutely do not need to be using Notepad in that way, because like I said, it makes double the work. And we're all about efficiency, and so yeah, you definitely don't want to use Notepad for that. I know it's hard, but close Notepad when you're first learning how to become a scribe. I promise you it will benefit you in the long run. Oh, macros. Macros will save your life. For sure, macros will save your life, because certain providers have macros that they use, which is nice, and all you have to do is put in the pertinent positives on the exam or the review systems, if they have their own review systems macro, and then you can go ahead and just put their normal exam in. But as for like, if they have a normal exam and you're seeing like a pediatric kid, you're not going to be putting the same information. Like a normal adult exam is obviously not going to be the same as a pediatric exam. So you have to make sure that you know what you're filtering out of that. If you populate the macro in, you have to know, like for the neurological section, normal for age, blah, 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 stuff like that. You're not going to be putting, normal speech, A&O times 4, all that in a 1-year-old chart, because obviously they're not speaking to you, they're alert for their age, but they're not, oriented to time, this and that, A&O times 4. So knowing what to put in certain charts is also, definitely a good thing to know, because it'll save you a lot of time as well. I feel like this is long, but I'm just trying to think of, things that help me. I believe it or not, this might seem little, but get yourself a mouse. I use a mouse every time, every single time, and being on those tough books like the laptops, it's hard to be able to use the mouse and be efficient and quick, or use the laptop mouse and be efficient and quick. So get yourself a mouse, and it makes things 10 times easier, I promise you. And as far as tracking patients that I need charts to send to my providers, I like to collect the stickers and write down what was ordered to make sure that that's what I pulled into the chart. So say somebody came in with ankle pain or something, and the provider ordered a x-ray of the ankle. I'm gonna write on my paper, I'm gonna write next to that patient's sticker, x-ray. So I know at the time of discharge that I remember to pull in the x-ray and not forget before I send the chart to my provider. So yeah, I know I'm kind of all over the place, but I'm just trying to think of things that, you know, would be helpful to you guys. I just know that for those of you who are just now starting, like, you're gonna want to quit. Like, you feel like you're gonna want to quit, but don't do it, because it does get better, it does get easier. You know, I was in that same position, but hopefully these tips and, you know, these little tips that I've given you, hopefully your trainer has given you them. But if they haven't, definitely use these, because I promise you they will definitely help you, you know, in the long run, as though you might feel they won't help you right now because you seem so flustered and everything and trying to keep up with which patient is which, and, you know, but practice these tips I've given you, and you will definitely start to notice a difference in your abilities and stuff like that. Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, whatever you do. Share this if you want to your fellow scribe people that need help. I don't know. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. See ya. Bye.